Hello everybody, my name is Sarah Metz and I currently work as a bookmobile assistant for the outreach department of the York County Library. So I've had some experience with story time, but one thing I have not included in my story times yet is a flannel board story. So I decided for my programming technique that I wanted to tell the story of No Dinner, the story of the old woman and the pumpkin. This version is written and illustrated by Jessica Souhami. She's really good. You should check her out. The story behind me coming to this story was that when I first started doing story time, I found a lot of cute, very short books, including The Watermelon Seed and I think Ernest the Moose Who Couldn't Fit. And being it was my first story time, I kind of got through it in like 6 minutes. So this was the first longer narrative book that I came across. And on the bookmobile, you can do upwards of 8 story times in a day. So I kind of got to where I memorized this one, and it's a favorite of mine. So I wanted to recreate it in flannel board. There are different versions of this story. I came across a version from Panama in Margaret Reed McDonald's Shake It Up Tales, stories to sing, dance, drum, and act out. So if you're looking to include some participation in your story time, this was a great book. She includes tips on how to tell it. It's written in ethnopoetic transcription. Basically, it's written in a way that mirrors how it should be told. So a very good book. And of course, everyone should know by now, Margaret Reed McDonald is a great authority for storytelling. So I guess I'll just jump right into it. So this is No Dinner, the story of the old woman and the pumpkin, as told by Jessica Souhami. Once there was an old woman who lived by herself in a house by the edge of a forest. One day, she decided that she wanted to visit her granddaughter who lived on the other side of the forest. So, to get ready, she put on her travel shawl and she grabbed her walking stick. The next morning, she set out into the forest to visit her granddaughter. And as she walked, she tapped her walking stick. I want you to tap your walking stick with me, so pretend you have one, and here we go. Tap, 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 tap. The old woman went through the forest, listening to the birds, looking at the trees, when all of a sudden, from between the trees jumped what is that? That's right, that's a wolf. And what does a wolf sound like? That's right. "Ah, said the wolf. "Old woman, I'm going to eat you up." "Oh," said the old woman, "please don't do that. Look at me, I'm just skin and bones. I'm going to my granddaughter's house where I'll get nice and fat. Why don't you eat me on the way back?" "All right," said the wolf, "but don't be too long. I'm so hungry." And so the wolf went away, and on went the old woman with her stick. A tap, a tap, a tap, a tap, a tap. She went along, she ate a little trail mix. She looked at the sky, when all of a sudden, from between the trees, came what is that? That's a bear. What does a bear sound like? That's right. "Roar," said the bear. "Old woman, I'm going to eat you up." "Oh, please don't do that," said the old woman. "Look at me. I'm just skin and bones. I'm going to my granddaughter's house where I'll get nice and fat. Why don't you eat me on the way back?" "All right," said the bear, "but don't be too long. I'm so hungry." And the bear went away. And the old woman kept going with her walking stick. A tap, a tap, a tap, a tap, She felt the nice soft earth between her feet. And then, all of a sudden, from between the trees came what is that? That's a tiger. And what does a tiger sound like? That's right. Said the tiger. Old woman, I'm going to eat you up. Oh, please don't do that, said the old woman. Look at me. I'm just skin and bones. I'm on my way to my granddaughter's house where I'll get nice and fat. Why don't you eat me on the way back? All right, said the tiger, but don't be too long. I'm so hungry. And away went the tiger, and the old woman walked just a little bit faster this time. Tap, 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 until she reached her granddaughter's house on the other side of the forest. Her granddaughter ran out to meet her grandmother. And as soon as her grandmother arrived, she pointed her to the dinner table. And the old woman ate bowl after bowl after bowl after bowl after bowl after bowl of the most delicious food that her granddaughter could make. In fact, she ate so much that she became nice and fat. Granny, said her granddaughter, if you eat one more thing, you're gonna pop. The old woman laughed. That's right, she said, but now the animals in the forest will want to eat me. How am I going to get home safely? The granddaughter thought, I know, Grandma. I have a plan. I have a huge pumpkin. I'm going to cut off the top and scoop out the middle so you can fit inside. Then you can roll across the forest and the animals won't get you. So the granddaughter cut the top off the pumpkin. She scooped out the middle. She helped her grandmother get inside. And she put the top on the pumpkin. Then she gave her grandmother a mighty push to get her started. So I want everybody to give a great big push. Put your hands out. We're going to push as hard as we can. Boom! And off her grandmother went into the forest. That pumpkin rolled and rolled. So we're going to put our hands up and we're going to roll with the pumpkin. Are you ready? Broom, 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 broom. On rolled the pumpkin through the forest until out jumped the tiger. Pumpkin, have you seen a little old woman? The old woman called out from inside the pumpkin. No, I'm just a pumpkin rolling home. I haven't seen any old woman. Bother, said the tiger. No dinner. And the pumpkin rolled on. Here we go. Broom, 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 until out jumped the bear. Pumpkin, have you seen a little old woman? And the old woman called from inside the pumpkin. No, I'm just a pumpkin rolling home. I haven't seen any old woman. Bother, said the bear. No dinner. And here goes the pumpkin again. It went rolling and rolling and rolling and rolling and rolling until, what do you think's going to jump out? That's right, the wolf. One second, my wolf just saw something. The wolf popped out of the woods. "Pumpkin, have you seen a little old woman?" And the old woman called from inside the pumpkin. "No, I'm just a pumpkin rolling home. I haven't seen any old woman." "Bother," said the wolf. "No dinner." But before the pumpkin could roll away, the wolf said, "Wait a minute. I've never heard of a talking pumpkin." And he took the top off the pumpkin, and out popped the old woman's head. "Oh, Mr. Wolf," said the old woman, "please don't eat me. I did not get nice and fat at all. No, sir, I am still just skin and bones." "Is that true?" Then the wolf said, "Okay, well, prove it. Stick out your arm for me to feel." Well, the old woman's arm was nice and fat. She didn't want to get eaten, so she thought and she thought. She came up with a plan. She took her walking stick and she poked it out of the pumpkin. Does that feel like it's nice and fat? Or does that feel like skin and bones? That's right, it feels like skin and bones. The wolf grabbed it and he frowned. "That's not nice and fat at all. Bother, 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 no dinner." And he pushed the pumpkin in disgust. Well, that wolf was very strong, and so that pumpkin went rolling fast. Broom, 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 broom. In fact, it rolled all the way home. When the old woman got home, she got out of that great big pumpkin. And that night, she had pumpkin stew, pumpkin pie, and pumpkin fry. And that was the story of No Dinner, the story of the old woman and the pumpkin. Sorry for the interruption. My dachshund Peanut is in the room. She might say hi later. Well, I decided that with this, I wanted to create my own figures. So for some of the figures, like the old woman, which I will bring the other one up closer to the screen. For the old woman, I kind of kept some features about her from the book, such as her hair. Her hair has that nice little, it's gray and it has that nice little bun. And next time I do this, I might include the little dog. But for the other figures, I kind of put my own design on it. So the first step to creating these figures was that I sketched them out on just regular old white sketch paper. You could do this on computer paper if you wanted to. I just made sure that the lines were nice and dark. There's my tiger, my wolf, which is my favorite, and my bear, which is my second favorite, and of course the pumpkin, which I might add lines to later. And then to take them from this to pieces that I could put together, I took tracing paper and put them under a piece of tracing paper and created a pattern. Now, I really like cut paper illustrations, and you might not have been able to see it, but a lot of my figures have layers. So you can see with the tiger, he has a main body part that consists of the head, this paw, his tail, and his back foot. I created a separate piece for his foot, his belly, and his arm. And so when I traced, I just made sure to find out how I wanted them to layer. So there's his body piece, his belly piece, and his foot. I took those pieces of tracing paper for my pattern and used just regular sewing pins to connect it with the felt and then cut around. And I got a lot of my stuff from Hobby Lobby, including the textured felt pieces and just the regular felt pieces. Also got a really cool bandana from there that I used for the old woman's shawl. To glue them all together though, I picked up something I haven't used before, but it worked out really well. It's called felt glue. And on the back it said that really you just need an hour for it to set up, so it's a little quicker than some other ones, and it sticks really well. Like for the trees, these are just held on by little lines up at the top and very stable. So that's how I got my pieces to go together. I also made my own flannel board. I had a dry erase magnetic calendar, and I put it in direct sunlight. The glue on the back of the metal got really hot, and so the metal piece came off entirely, so I was left with a big piece of cardboard in a frame. So I got a yard of flannel from Hobby Lobby on sale. I put this on top of it and figured out how much on each side I needed to be able to, to be able to fold it over and staple. So once I had that cut, I folded the edges and used a staple gun onto the back. I've seen people who've done this with canvas frames from Hobby Lobby and Michael's, which you can get something similar to this size, which is about, say 2.5 by 1.5, not entirely sure. But you can get 2 in a pack for like $7.99. So I got that, and I got a half yard of brown for my ground. So that's how that came to be. To get ideas, I wanted to see what my library had, and we had a couple of books at my location. Here's Puppets and Flannel Boards, stories for different kind of concepts, number of shapes, colors. There are ones that are for different age groups. So this is Two's Experience Felt Board Fun, and here's one, Magnet Board Fun, which I'll get to in a little bit. So these usually have nice big pictures that you can photocopy and color. You could photocopy them, color them in, laminate them, put a piece of Velcro to the back of them, and be able to stick it to a flannel board. So you could do it that way. I got the magnet board one because I thought I might do a magnet board story time as well. I came across this awesome magnetic tape from Home Depot. And so if you're looking for something else to do, magnet boards are really cool. All you need is a cookie sheet. This is a cookie sheet from Walmart. And this magnet tape will stick to paper. So this is a picture I use in my story times for a song called Little Bird. It has the words on the back, but I've memorized it. So if I had a magnet board and I just wanted to put this up on it to show the kids, this is how easy it is. Just like tape, it's a magnet. You just stick it to the back. And bam. That's nice, isn't it? So if making the felt pieces and stuff is a little fussy for you, magnet boards might be fun. You could take a piece of colored paper and make a background. I think that's all I have for today. Oh, if you're looking for flannel board ideas for different days, holidays, or different concepts, I really recommend looking at Flannel Friday's Pinterest page. All you have to do is Google or search for Flannel Friday's Pinterest. They have a Pinterest board that collects flannel board ideas. Storytime Kate, which some of you might be familiar with, or even Jayberry, a lot of children librarian bloggers do Flannel Friday, and all of their ideas get compiled onto the Pinterest page, and they divide them into categories. So I really recommend looking at Flannel Friday's Pinterest page. It's really well organized. It's organized with librarians in mind who might want a theme or might just want to find something for a particular song. So I really recommend that. And before I let Peanut into my lap, well, maybe I'll let Peanut. Come on. Come on. Okay. Here's Peanut. You want to say hi to everybody? Hello. There's actually a book called Reading with Peanut, in which a girl, I think it's a girl, reads to her dog, who looks like a dachshund, and his name Peanut. So that's our book. Well, I think that's all going to be it for today. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Please leave comments for me on the discussion board or send me an email. And I hope that you got something from this, and I hope I was entertaining. So everybody have a wonderful summer. I had a lot of fun in this class, and me and Peanut are going to sign out. I'm going to say bye-bye. 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 Kisses too.